Hi everyone, how are you all? How is it going? How was the day? It's Saturday today, so how's your weekend going? Anything special? Anything in particular? Okay. Hmm. Yeah, so I was under the weather a few days ago, but now I'm doing pretty fine. So now I'm back on track. Alright, so today in this session, we're going to talk about something very, very interesting, something that I usually love to use when speaking English, and that is common idioms that everyone should know. So, in this video, we'll be covering 10 idioms that you can use on day-to-day basis. So, without further ado, let's begin. Okay, I hope my screen is visible to you all. Okay, so basically this slide has around 20 idioms, but we'll be covering 10 today and 10 probably tomorrow at 9. Alright, so let's begin. So the first one and my favorite, and I just used it, was under the weather. Now, under the weather is your idiom that you're supposed to learn. So if in case you're jotting them down, you're writing it somewhere, please write this first idiom which is under the weather. This is your first phrase. Now, where do we use under the weather? And first of all, why do we use under the weather? So let's talk about its meaning. It simply means you feel ill. Whenever you're feeling ill for some reason, you can use this idiom that I'm under the weather today. That I used for the days I wasn't feeling well. So, for the past 2 days, I was having some issue, but now I'm fine. So, to address that, I can simply say that I'm feeling under the weather. Alright, so this is how you can use it. This is how you can say the same. That if in case you're not feeling well, you can simply say that I'm feeling under the weather. Alright, is it clear? Am I clear? Just let me know. I'm not sure if I'm audible and visible. So just give me a check once that I'm audible and visible in the chat section, please. Is everything fine from my end? Alright, hi Sony, hi Alec. Yeah, I'm audible and visible. So the first one is under the weather. Please pen it down somewhere, under the weather. What is the meaning of it? Under the weather simply means to feel ill. Or whenever you are ill or sick, you can use this phrase. It simply means that you're feeling unwell or sick. Now, how do we use it? So, in England, we love to talk. So, this is basically a slang used in England, and later on it got converted into an idiom. So, in England, we love to talk about the weather and will do so often. But don't be fooled by this common phrase. If someone says that they are feeling under the weather, your response should be, I hope you feel better. Okay? It shouldn't be, would you like to borrow my umbrella? Because under the weather simply means that you're ill or sick or unwell. Let's see some examples now and listen very closely. I'm under the weather today, so I'll stay home. She's been under the weather all week with a cold. So, under the weather simply means that you're sick or unwell. But if you want to be very precise, then you can mention the name of the issue also, just like in this example. She's been under the weather all week with a cold. मतलब उसे throughout week सर्दी थी. Alright, so you can be specific about it. So it's the direct replacement of the word unwell. If you want to say that I'm unwell, you can also say this idiom. You can use this idiom that I'm under the weather. If you want to say I am sick, you can say I'm under the weather. Alright, and if you're healthy, then of course you're not supposed to use this phrase because healthy is opposite of under the weather. Alright, so usage is simply, it describes a temporary illness or discomfort that you are facing or encountering. So this is the meaning of our first idiom, which is under the weather. That means to simply feel ill, sick, or you are unwell for some reason, which is temporary. It is not permanent but temporary. Alright, so this was our number one idiom, that is under the weather. Now the next is the second one, which is the ball is in your court. What do you mean by it? What do you mean by saying that the ball is in your court? So simply the meaning of this phrase is it is up to you. It is up to you. So whenever you're saying that, okay, it's up to you, you have to make the decision. So simply you can say that the ball is in your court and you can make the decision. Means it is completely up to you. Write down the phrase, the ball is in your court. It's very good to write things down whenever learning. In school also we were taught to write things down. Okay, obviously for better retention and to reinforce it whenever required. So make sure that whenever you're learning, you're penning things down somewhere. Otherwise, you will not retain for a longer period of time. So make sure that you jot down things whenever being taught. And it could be anything. Not necessarily English, but anything. Alright, so ball is in your court, which simply means that you want to say that it is up to you. Now, how do you use it? So, it's your move now. But this idiom refers to life rather than a sport. Since we are talking about ball and court, it doesn't mean you're talking about any of the sport. But here it simply means that the decision is yours and someone is waiting for your decision. So if you're using this phrase, it means that the decision is yours. This is what you're trying to say out of it. The ball is in your court. Now let's see some examples. I have made my offer. The ball is in your court now. That means I'm done with the decision. Now you're supposed to make the decision. It's up to you to respond. The ball is in your court. That means it's your time to give a response because I am done with it. So it's your call now. It's your turn now. It's your move now. It's up to you. The decision is yours. So if you want to say these phrases that it's your turn, it's your move, it's up to you, the decision is yours, then instead of all of this, you can simply say that the ball is in your court. So direct replacement of some common lines that we ought to use in English. Alright? Okay, next one. Spill the beans. Now this is something very common and we often hear it. So what is the meaning of it? To spill the beans simply means to give away the secret. To spill the beans. Write it down if at all you are writing. Spill the beans simply means to give away a secret, to reveal the secret or surprise, and that too unintentionally. So this is something that you should be very particular about. If you're revealing things unintentionally, then you can use this phrase, spilling the beans. For example, I was planning a surprise party but my sister spilled the beans. That means आप एक surprise party की preparation कर रहे थे but your sister revealed the secret, revealed the surprise. So this is how you can use it. Another example. Don't spill the beans about the gift, it's a surprise. That means don't reveal the gift yet, it's a surprise. So you have to be particular about it. So whenever you are giving any of the, let's say, revealing things unintentionally, then you can use it. So if you're planning to leak the information or reveal the secret or maybe reveal the surprise, then this is the phrase that can be used. But remember, this revelation is done unintentionally. You were not intending, but it happened by chance. So something that is happening unintentionally, for that you can use this phrase, spill the beans. Please jot it down. Please write it very carefully because this is really important, and these are 10 idioms you all must know. Alright, moving ahead. Break a leg. So if you want to informally wish someone break a leg, or if you want to informally wish someone good luck or all the best, then you can use this phrase break a leg. Now this phrase is actually informally used, so be very particular about it. Do not use it, do not, I repeat, do not use it in formal setting, but only informally. Alright, so break a leg, which simply means to wish someone luck. How do you use it? It talks not at all about threatening. You're not trying to threaten anyone by using this phrase because it sounds bit threatening, but it is not. It simply means that you're giving a thumbs up. That means you're just saying good luck or all the best. Alright, break a leg. Remember, it is used casually. It is used in an informal setting. So do not use it in formal setting. Break a leg simply means to wish someone all the best or good luck. Just like you are giving thumbs up, similarly you can say break a leg. Direct meaning of it is to say all the best or good luck to someone. So you're going to do great on stage. Break a leg. That means all the best. Break a leg on your job interview. That means all the best for your job interview. This is what you're trying to say. So when you say best wishes, good luck, instead of that, you can use this phrase break a leg, but informally, not formally. Moving ahead. Fifth one, which is to pull someone's leg. Now, when you play a practical joke on someone, जब हम किसी के मजे ले रहे हैं, that time you can use this phrase, or this phrase can be used then, which is to pull someone's leg. How do you use it? So it is a perfect phrase to learn if you are a fan of practical jokes. Pull their leg is similar to wind someone up. Used it in context, relax, I'm just pulling your leg, or wait, are you pulling my leg? So this is how generally you use it. Okay? If someone is doing that, you can directly question them or simply say this to a person if you are the one who is doing it. जब हम किसी के मजे लेते हैं, मजे उड़ाते हैं, I don't know how to say it, but this is how you represent it. Pulling someone's leg. Playfully manner में, if you're, trying to be funny or joking around, then in that case you can use this phrase pulling leg, or pulling my leg, or pulling your leg. Pull your leg is the actual phrase. Write it down. Please keep jotting it down. Let's see some examples. So I'm going to pull your leg. I just saw a UFO. Stop pulling my leg. That's not funny. That means stop teasing. What is the meaning of pulling my leg or pulling your leg? It simply means to tease, to joke, to kid, to play, or to prank someone. So if at all you want to say this to a person who is doing this to you, you can simply say, wait, are you pulling my leg? Or stop pulling my leg, that's not funny. So this is how we generally use it. Or you can either say, if you're the one who's doing it, then you can simply say that, relax, I'm just pulling your leg, no need to be angry. This is how you can say it. So when you joke around unnecessarily, logo ke maze lena, that is called as pulling leg. Next one, to sit on the fence or sat on the fence. Very, very interesting idiom that can be used on a regular basis. So usually we find few people around ourselves जो कि decision बहुत जल्दी नहीं ले पाते हैं. They are mostly, उनको समझ नहीं आता है क्या लेना चाहिए decision, क्या सही है, क्या गलत है. They are usually they consider themselves to be undecided. So for those people, you can use this phrase to sit on the fence. They are generally sitting on the fence, or she is generally sitting on the fence, which means to be undecided, which means to remain neutral or undecided, avoiding commitment or taking a stance. For example, you can say that he's sitting on the fence about which job to take. That means she is not able to make decision. She's sitting on the fence about which job to take. Don't sit on the fence. Make a decision. That means jaldi decide karo. This is what you're trying to say. So if a person is sitting on the fence, that means वो कुछ भी चीज के लिए decision नहीं ले पा रहा है. In that case, you use this phrase sitting on fence. So generally वो person indecisive है. Non-committal, or you can say indecisive, जो decisions नहीं ले पा रहा है. So this is your sixth phrase, which is to sit on the fence. Alright, so how do you use it? If you are sat on the fence, if you were sat on the fence, you've not decided which side of an argument you agree with. I'm on the fence about hot yoga classes. That means you're not sure whether I enjoy yoga in a sauna yet. So you're not sure about. So you're sitting on a fence about joining yoga classes or about hot yoga classes. So whenever you're not sure about something, you're indecisive about something, then in that case you can use this phrase, sit on the fence or sitting on the fence or sat on the fence. Alright, I hope this is clear. Next one, through thick and thin. Now very, very important. I use this phrase a lot. I don't know where I first heard it, but wherever I've heard it, after hearing it for the very first time, I was very much intrigued by this phrase, and since then I've been using it. So what is the meaning of it? To be loyal no matter what. Okay, it is often used to describe families or BFFs. Through thick and thin, which means that you are by each other's side no matter what, or no matter what happens, through bad times as well as good. Through thick and thin simply means बुरे समय या अच्छे समय, दोनों समय में I will be by your side no matter what. This is the meaning of through thick or thin. Very, very interesting and one of my favorites, and I use it a lot. Alright, so it simply means that no matter what the time it is, bad or good, I will be by your side. So basically, to support someone or stand by someone or something, no matter the challenges or situations are. Alright, so for example, you can say that I will be with you through thick and thin. मतलब बुरे या अच्छे समय दोनों में I will be with you. We have been friends through thick and thin for 20 years. For 20 years मतलब 20 सालों से through thick and thin, अच्छे समय बुरे समय दोनों समय में we were friends no matter what. So through good times or bad, I was there with you. In sickness or in health, I was there with you. So no matter what, when you are standing for a person, supporting a person, no matter what the difficulties or situations were, then you can use this phrase thick and thin. Very interesting, and this is how you can use it. For example, I'll be with you through thick and thin. Directly jot down this example. I will be with you through thick and thin. We have been friends through thick and thin for 20 years. Through thick and thin is the exact idiom that you're supposed to use in this case. Alright? Okay, moving ahead. Once in a blue moon. Something which is found or which is done very rarely. बहुत बहुत कम होता है कोई चीज. Then in that case you use this beautiful phrase which is once in a blue moon. In Hindi we say ईद का चांद जो बहुत rarely दिखाई देता है. I remember to call my parents from my study abroad trip once in a blue moon. That means बहुत कम I was able to call my parents during my study abroad trip. बहुत कम टाइम मैं उनसे बात कर पाया या मैं उन्हें कॉल कर पाया. So this charming phrase is used to describe something that doesn't happen often. बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं होती है but बहुत ज़्यादा कम होती है. In that case you use this phrase once in a blue moon. Alright, so this is your idiom number 8, which is once in a blue moon. Something which is happening very rarely. Something which is extremely rare or unlikely to happen. For example, you can say that I only see my childhood friends once in a blue moon. That means मैं अपने childhood friends से बहुत कम मिल पाती हूँ. या winning the lottery happens once in a blue moon. Lottery जीतना बहुत rare है. Alright, rarely, occasionally, or very infrequently. That's how you can use it. Alright, okay. Next one. It's the best thing since sliced bread. So if something is extremely good, very good, then in that case you use this phrase, it's the best thing since sliced bread. So I am not sure about its origin, but there was a time in England where sliced bread was the ultimate benchmark. Okay, nothing was above it. And since then people started using it. So अगर कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा होता है या बहुत ज़्यादा expectation से बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा होता है, then you can use this phrase which is it is the best thing since sliced bread, which means sliced bread introduce होने के बाद this was the best thing. So ये context वहाँ से आया है. Alright, I hope it is clear. It is a sort of slang which is limited to a particular region, but if you feel like it can be used, then you must try it. Otherwise, I don't think it's that important, but also very popular. It's not important, but at the same time, it's very popular. So if you feel like, no, I can use it and it should be used, it's interesting, then go for it. Alright, next one. Take it with a pinch of salt. This is interesting and this is important and can be used on day-to-day basis. So if you want something or someone not to be taken seriously, then you can use this phrase, take it with a pinch of salt. Pinch of salt means what? Ek chutki namak. Pinch means what? Chutki, right? Ek chutki namak. Pinch of, I just want you to add a pinch of sugar in my tea. That means ek chutki sugar. This is what you're trying to say. So when you're saying that take it with a pinch of salt, take it with a pinch of, first of all, jot it down. This is really important. So to take something with a pinch of salt simply means not to take something or someone seriously. Alright? So if at all you're very cautious or very skeptical, very doubtful about taking something, then in that case you can use this phrase, which is to take something with a pinch of salt. Take his advice with a pinch of salt. He's not an expert. तो advice तो ले लो, but don't be very serious about it because वो expert है ही नहीं, तो वो क्या advice देगा. तो आप सुन लो, but take it with a pinch of salt. This is what you're trying to say. I heard the rumor, but take it with a pinch of salt. Rumor तो सुनी, but it could be wrong also. तो उसको इतना seriously मत लो. This is what you're trying to say. Alright? Is it clear? Is it clear? So basically you're trying to say कि rumors सुन तो लो, but don't believe it completely. Don't take it too seriously. Don't believe it don't believe it completely, or let's say don't believe or don't take it seriously because हो सकता है वो गलत है. So you're very doubtful about its virality. Alright? Don't just believe it completely. Whenever you want to say it in this manner, you can use this phrase. Alright, so we're done with 10. Let's quickly revise it before we call it a day. So the first one we did was under the weather. Under the weather means what? When you're ill, when you're sick, temporary. बहुत ज़्यादा severe नहीं, but temporary कुछ sickness है या discomfort है, then you can use this phrase under the weather. And if you want to be very particular about the issue, then mention it simultaneously that I'm under the weather with cold. Alright, next one is the ball is in your court. When things are up to you or you're supposed to make decision, then in that case you can use this phrase, the ball is in your court. Spill the beans means reveal secrets unintentionally. Secret reveal तो हो गया, but आपका intention नहीं था. So when someone does that, you can use this phrase, spilling the beans. Break a leg. All the best बोलना है या good luck बोलना है, but casually बोलना है. Remember, formal setting में do not wish your boss, जो बहुत ही senior है आपसे. Don't use it for that person, but you can use it for a person जो कि you can say उस friend of yours or colleague, anyone जिसको आप बहुत casually जिससे interact करते हैं, for that person you can use this phrase, break a leg. To pull someone's leg, हंसी मजाक में, jokes crack करना किसी के साथ, practical jokes, then you can use this phrase, pull leg or pull someone's leg, or she's pulling my leg, or don't pull my leg, that's not funny. So at times you get offended also. So this phrase can be used even then. Next one, sat on the fence. So if you're being indecisive about something, conclusion पे नहीं आ रहे हो, decide नहीं कर पा रहे हो about something, then you use this phrase that I'm sitting on the fence right now about my new job. Through thick and thin, no matter what the time is, be it good or bad, you support a person, you be by the side of a person, then you can use this phrase, through thick and thin. Alright, so I'll be there by your side through thick and thin. We have been friends through thick and thin for 20 years. Once in a blue moon, something that is happening very rarely. बहुत कम होता है, बहुत कम chances होते हैं उसके होने का. बहुत extreme rare है अगर किसी चीज़ का होना, then in that case you use this phrase, once in a blue moon, just like Eid का चांद. It's the best thing since sliced bread, something which is extremely good, very, very good, then in that case you can use this phrase that it is the best thing since sliced bread. And the last one, to take it with a pinch of salt, that means don't believe it completely, don't take it seriously. For example, the example that we used was, take his advice with a pinch of salt because he is not an expert. तो आप advice सुन लो, but उसको seriously मत लो, उसको completely believe मत करो because he is not an expert. So that's how it can be used. Alright, so today we did 10 very good, very rich idioms that you can use for conversations, day to day conversations specifically. And uh, the rest 10 will be covered in tomorrow's session. So, tomorrow also you'll be having a session on the same. Right? If you enjoyed the session, don't forget to hit the like button, because of course that is going to motivate me to make more or to come up with more such sessions, to come up with these live sessions time and again. So don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you so much for joining in today, and let's connect again tomorrow at 8. Bye everyone. Take care.